Hey everybody, this is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade out in Brookfield, Illinois. Today is Wednesday, July 1st, 2020. Just doing another live walk around the arcade. Having a slow start to the day, but that's to be expected. Got to hang out with some cool people that have been here so far. Got to meet Goofy BK, who normally joins us on Monday Mystery. Awesome to have him here today. Shout outs to Greg and Dennis. Dennis starting on Pengo. So I was just looking at that artwork. Just love the artwork of that cabinet. Let's go take a look. Let's take a look at it. You know, this was one our Shinobi was originally in a Pengo cabinet, and we're going to restore it to a Pengo, and then we found an original dedicated Pengo. There's two different marquees to Pengo, this one being the more rare Pengo artwork. Everett joining us, good afternoon. All original, didn't really have to do much this cabinet. I think the cabinet needed to be rewired, but all the artwork was real nice on it. Rodrigo joining us, and Nick, what is up, man? Who doesn't love Pengo? Hope everybody enjoyed our Monday mystery game Solvaloo yesterday. Released from Namco back in 1991. The artwork on this cabinet, this whole cabinet, what an amazing cabinet. But it's such a small cabinet. It's like you gotta creep in here. It's very, very strange for a cabinet done in 91. Brian, what is up, man? Saying, hey, Doc, thanks for a great week. Baby Pac-Man was awesome. So happy that you got to play that, man. That was an awesome story to go along with that. And hope you can make it back out soon, man. Very awesome to have you out. So, back to Solvaloo. Let's look at this a little bit more. This cabinet, just so cool. The awesome artwork. We'll have to take some pictures of the mirror and back because it's pretty unique. The only other game to have this giant parabolic mirror, like the Time Traveler has a half silvered mirror inside of it, but Starblade also uses that same mirror technology. Really cool. It gives a great effect. Raymond saying, do you have Magical Truck Adventure by Sega? So super rare game. We do. For those who joined us at C2E2, we brought that out as a special game to let everybody check it out at that show only. It has not made it to the arcade floor, but it is in the vaults. It is in the vaults, and at some point it will be making it to the arcade floor. Chris Tang is joining us, one of the legends of the industry. He worked on so many amazing games, including Primal Rage 2. Also, he was an inductee into the International Video Game Hall of Fame. So thank you, Chris, for being here, saying, wow, Solvaloo, next stop, Galaxian 3. That's a big, big, big setup that we would need for that. But you never know, you never know. Jamie saying, show me a cave game, please. Just one? We've got a few cave games here. We can go into the Shmups room. And let's see, what would be a good cave game? How about Mushihime-sama? There's a cave game. Or Guange. That's a cave game. Or Espeluna. There's a cave game. We've got a few. There's more. There's Death Smiles. Another one. So many. Love cave games. Of course, Dodon Patchy. Shout outs to Jeff and Charles and Gabe. What is up? Matt saying, can't wait to visit again. Thank you so much, man. Can't wait to have you out. Brian saying, one classic game I didn't see on the floor was Breakthrough. Any chance it's in the vault? Who knows? The vaults are pretty deep. Maybe it's in there. Keep tuning in on Monday Mystery, and you never know what you're going to see. I know a lot of people did not expect to see Solvaloo. it's the sequel to Xevious. So there's Xevious, Super Xevious, Solvaloo, and then Xevious 3DG. So happy to have Solvaloo on the arcade floor. Check out this artwork again. This was cracked when we got it, but we managed to scan it all in. And there's a bunch of little halftones. You can probably not see them. But we were able to recreate that at Galloping Ghost Reproductions. Let's see. Vinny, what is up? Thank you for being here. Nick Lombardo, what is up, man? Steven saying, just did the write-ups. We'll work on both House of the Dead 4 and Solvaloo's write-up tonight and tomorrow night. Thank you so much for doing that, man. Always so awesome to read your write-ups. And sorry we were so far behind. We had missed Stunt Cycle, Space Invaders Deluxe, Max RPM, House of the Dead 4. So we were way behind schedule on our Facebook posts, and happy to be caught back up. Jamie's saying, love seeing this. Everett saying, Solvaloo, it's like getting an F-16 fighting Falcon. It's a tight fit in there. It's a tight fit in there. Darren, what is up? Thank you for being here. Let's see. Raymond saying, high-listed Monday mystery, hints, Ray. You know, so I am so happy. We've been having some pretty down-to-the-wire Monday mysteries going on. It's Solvaloo's been in the vaults for quite a while, and we're just low on cabinets to do conversions with. We've got a lot of dedicated cabinets, but, you know, it's good to have conversions to work with. And it's been so long since we went on a warehouse raid. Now, out of nowhere, it looks like we have 3 warehouse raids lining up. And super excited for all of them. There's some good stuff we'll be picking up. Some bulk deals and a couple of very specific stuff that has been on our list for a while. So happy to be getting those, and it's nice to, again, day by day, step by step, getting closer to back how things should be, and it'll be a process. It'll be a while before everything's how it was, but you know, we're getting there. We're getting there. Tim, what is up? Doing well here. Hope everybody is doing well out there as well. Thomas Roth, what is up, man? Great to have you here. Everett saying, Time Traveler, the first and last time I saw that was in Del City, Oklahoma in 1992. Was not one that you saw too often. It ran on a laser disc. So when the laser disc started to fail, you had this super unique cabinet that you couldn't convert in anything else. So Sega quickly put out Coliseum back in 92. And this was kind of like, hey look, it's not going to be on a laser disc, it's going to be on a JAMA board. So you can convert this game to a fighting game, because fighting games were becoming popular. So they raced to get Coliseum together. 4 fighters, each with a different martial arts. Karate, wushu, forget the other, Muay Thai and karate. Karate, wushu, Muay Thai, and self-taught martial arts expert. That's pretty funny. But yeah, so everybody who had Time Traveler, which was this great looking, super unique Dragon Slayer style game, converted it over to Coliseum, and then Coliseum was not anywhere near as popular as Time Traveler. So a lot of people just dumped those cabinets. Shout outs to RJ from Canada. Thank you for being here, man. Along with John from Key West, Florida. Charles asking, how are you, Doc? I'm excited. I'm excited for these warehouse raids. There's going to be some really cool stuff that we're going to be picking up. A couple of cabinet upgrades. Some cabinets we can use as empty conversion cabinets. So it's, like I said, it's been so long since I've been on a warehouse raid. Probably me and Jeremy Fox are going to go out to a couple of these, hopefully, from Jeremy from Prince Arcades. I know he's always on the hunt for cabinets for his place, Prince Arcade's out in Bolingbrook. So it will be interesting. It'll be interesting. Gabe saying, how's Primal Rage 2.3 Jag doing? It's doing well. We spent some time on it when everything was locked down, fixed it all up. It had an audio issue. We fixed it. It was playing great, and now the audio issue has resurfaced. So we've got to take another look at that one and see what's going on with it. Tim saying played Mission Craft for the first time at Galloping Ghost Arcade. How the guys didn't get sued by Blizzard is beyond me. So it was Sun was a Korean company. So essentially, with Mission Craft, you see where that has shifted to? It has not shifted far. Mission Craft essentially took artwork from StarCraft and turned it into a shmup, and music from Warcraft 2, if I'm not mistaken, and made a really, in my opinion, a very, very solid, smooth playing shmup. A lot of fun. I spent a lot of time on that game. Absolutely love it. If it was somewhere that Blizzard could have sued them, I'm sure they would have. Super low numbers on it, but so happy that we have it here because it's a really fun game. If you're looking to get into shmups, then it's a great entry-level shmup game. Jesse asking, do you have Wizard of War? We absolutely do. Let me see here. I hear it talking right now. Wizard of War. So good. Such a great game. Such a great game. Jimbo Slice, what is up? Thank you for being here, man. Nick saying, do you know the old console game called Demon Attack? What did you think of it? I love Demon Attack. There was a really, really cool commercial for it back in the day where they would say, Demon Attack, tough. And just such a cool game, such a cool game. I don't know why I remember that commercial so vividly. There's a bunch of aliens and stuff sitting around a table talking, and it was just a cool commercial. But the game itself, I loved it. It had like metal dinosaurs for the cover art. Just such a cool game. Tony asking, got Killer Instinct? We got Killer Instinct 1. We got Killer Instinct 2. Got to get this turned back on. But yeah, we got them both. We got them both. Roman saying, Dirty Pigskin, my new favorite game. How good is Dirty Pigskin Football? Super underrated game. It's kind of like Blitz. A lot of fun. It's one, it was Play Mechanics, one of their first games. And we had a football event here called the Troll Bowl, where we had tournaments in both Dirty Pigskin Football, Pigskin 621 AD, the Brian Cullen game, as well as Dirty Pigskin. Two amazingly fun games we had. Brian Cullen was here, as well as Scott Mikulski and George Petro. Amazing time, amazing time. A lot of fun. Carlos and Efren, what is up? Thank you for being here. Brian saying, will Solvaloo end up in the fourth building with the rest of the big games? It will. We have to figure out how to rearrange a few machines to get it right next to Starblade. Cannot wait for that. We've still got a lot of rearranging to go on. Matt saying, nice to see Brian Cullen visiting. Oh, absolutely. I remembered it was Matt. How about that? Yes, Brian Cullen coming out. So awesome. It's been so amazing to get to not only work with Brian Cullen on Spectre Files, the Death Stalker, which was an amazing experience to get to work with one of the legends of the industry on a game. But so great that he comes and meets with his fans and talks and shares the history of all these games that he's worked on. Vinny saying, thanks again for helping with the MK1. It plays so much better. Happy to help with that, man. Thank you so much for letting us help you with it. Kevin, what is up? Thank you for being here. Dan Agavelli, what is up? Hope everything is going well for you. Jamie saying, so you impressed me with the cave stuff. Do you PGM or PGM2? We do not. Those are original cave boards. Like a lot of the PGM stuff, just with cave, it's got to be original, just like everything. The only PGM game that we have is Marshall Masters. That was the only one, and that was made actually on the PGM. So all of our cave boards are original cave boards. They're not the like ports to the PGM boards. James saying, at the moment I'm always looking forward to Monday, even next Monday. We just, so Solvaloo was our 775th game. We are already gearing up for what we're going to put on the floor next Monday. I'm really racking my brain trying to figure out what we can put out there. It's always tough when you put out like a killer title like that. So we always want to give you more and more and more and more and bigger and crazier. And those milestones, 775, we're getting there. We're 25 away from 800. So, but how do you top Solvaloo? Like, only one out there that you're going to be able to go play and just walk into an arcade and, oh, there's Solvaloo. We had our good friend Nate Allard, who had been waiting to see this machine for years. He would call us, and Nate was always talking about, you need to get Solvaloo, you need to get Solvaloo. And we've had it sitting in the vaults for quite a while. And he just showed up out of the blue yesterday and got to play Solvaloo. So we were happy that all happened. Matt saying, get Nicktoons Racing. That's one you don't see very often either. Thomas Ross sending 1,000 stars. Thank you so much, man. Super generous of you. As always, one of the pillars of the community. Thomas Ross saying, anything special at the arcade for the 4th? So far, nothing really planned. We'll have to see, though. It's always, maybe we'll do some pizzas or something. Make it a little festive. Tim saying, I love to go on a raid someday. I have many pins to find. So if you're looking for pins, you know, Troy Smith always has a ton of pins on hand. If you're going to go for a raid anywhere, check out Troy Smith, man. That guy's got so much. Jamie saying, question, what's your absolute favorite arcade game of all time? Oh, that is such a tough question. Every time I've heard it for years and years and years, and for the longest time I could never even pick one. I now have been saying it's Narc. It was the first arcade machine I ever purchased. We've got a one-of-a-kind version of Narc, so that was very, very special. But that is a difficult question, as always. Thomas Ross saying, I'm with you. I'd like to find a honey hole or a good barn find. You know, it's getting harder and harder to find like bulk lots of games. And just happy. We got 3 popped out of nowhere. It's a tough time for it. Like, we're still rebuilding and everything, and it's not the normal attendance here at the arcade, so it's a rough time, but we can't pass up on an opportunity. Greg saying, see you Saturday, and let's raid. You know, we will definitely be doing some streaming when we're raiding this time, so there's one of the 3. I'm excited for all 3, but there's one that I'm very excited about. And we're going to document it pretty well. We might even try to get a film crew to come with us, just because we've talked about it so many times, and it would be amazing to have it properly documented. Going through the Neo Geo section. Still got to adjust some of these volumes. Jay, what is up? Steven saying, I love how Holocene used the control overlays seen in Sega's Aero City cabinets. Yeah, they were really rushing to get those all together. Charles saying, happy Wednesday, Title Gladiator hiding in there? Oh, we absolutely have a Title Gladiator. Thomas Ross saying you have to film the raid. That would be some good cabinet content. Absolutely. Hey, we're shooting for it. We're shooting for it. Brian saying, speaking of cabinets, if you had a sister game of an existing game on the floor, would you add the existing cab for Monday Mystery or temporarily put it in its own cabinet? Say you put out New Rally X for Monday Mystery. So New Rally X, different game, we'd put it up in a separate cabinet. Gabe asking, how's Sega Sonic? It was causing a bit of a glare on the Monday Mystery game, but Sega Sonic is doing well right there. I actually just started it up, so. Greg saying, show Dragon Blaze. We can take a walk over by that. Brady is joining us. Thank you for being here, man. Hope everything is going good by you. Ron saying, just quick thought, do they have hours play counter on the machines? If not, they should. So unfortunately, we don't have any like coin counter or time played on each machine, just because, just like I did on Sonic, I hit that start button and I walked away. So the coin counts are, they can be so deceptive. The most accurate thing that we can do is we see what people are playing all the time. Mike saying, got to stop by the past Sunday for a few hours. It is good to be back. Thank you so much for making it out, man. Brady saying, Play Mechanics Johnny Nero Action Hero has the guns with recoil. So maybe one day, maybe Johnny Nero Action Hero will be coming to Monday Mystery. We will see. We will see. Nothing official. Not giving anything away. Jason saying, Galloping Ghost is a gem. Thank you so much for that. Riquette saying, do you have the classic Outrun machine? Just have to be standing right next to it. How about that? Nice when that works out. Greg saying another House of the Dead game for Monday. So usually we just put out House of the Dead 4. We got to get that plugged back in. Had a little bit of a hard drive issue on it, so we got to find it a spot to be permanently set up and get it all rehooked up and see what's going on with it. But that'll be in the next day or so. Jamie's saying, that's what I'm talking about, PGM games. Let's see, Marshall Masters. Sure, we can go take a look at Marshall Masters. Right over here. Actually, no, we moved it. We did move that. Still getting it all in my mind where every machine is. 775 machines moving around. Takes a little bit of time. So this is such an underrated cabinet right here. It's 2-in-1, original boards, all original, but just in the same cabinet to save space, because most people have never heard of either of these games. We've got Fallen Angels, which is an outrageously rare fighting game, right next to Marshall Masters. It's Marshall Masters. You just hit this button to switch the two. And you're basically, when you press that button, there is a 12-pull, 2-throw switch. So it's changing the red, green, blue, ground, and sync, and both audio wires and the start buttons. So they can run independently of each other and only take up one cabinet space. So both those games, highly underrated. If you like fighting games, check those both out. They're both awesome. Tim saying 775 is 75% to 1,000. And to top Solvaloo spelling, you need R360. Sure. R360 with top Solvaloo. It's just one of those holy grail cabinets. Don't have one of those in the vaults, unfortunately. Maybe one day. Maybe one day. Brian saying, will Pac-Man games eventually be consolidated into one row? So that Pac-Man is interesting because it's currently in our Bally Midway row, but then the later ones were put out by Namco. instead of being licensed. So we'll see. It would be nice to get them all grouped, but it's certainly nice to have this Bally Midway row. Wizard of War, Bosconian, Space Invaders. These could technically be in Taito. Ms. Pac-Man, Burger Time, Rally X, Galaga, Galaxian. It's nice. It's a nice row for sure. Charles sending 100 stars. Thank you so much for that, man. Very much appreciated. Chris asking, is pinball opening soon? Hopefully soon. It's probably within the next 10 days, I would assume. Still working on it. Might try to get it by maybe next Friday and Saturday. It'll be open for those 2 days. We'll see. Thomas Ross saying, where's Troy Smith located? Is he a wholesaler? So Troy he sells he will sell the newest machines, but he's got a backstack of old games. We have gotten so many amazing games from Troy over the years, including our one-of-one Predator, including our Defender, including our Scared Stiff, Monster Bash we got through him, Cubert's Quest. So he's had a Crawl, he's had a King Kong, he's had every rare machine that you've ever thought of, he's got them. Troy is out in Mount Zion, so he's on my friends list, so make sure you look him up, and he's always posting games, both arcade and pinball, or video and pinball, so definitely send him a friend request and see what else he has. Let's see, Everett saying, do we have Viper Phase 1? Not on the arcade floor, but again, tune in every Monday, you never know what's coming up. Jay saying, I'm Bubba, I wasn't able to make it out on Mondays, even one of my favorite games, and really look forward to playing Solvaloo. It's so good, it's such a good game, and so few people have played it. Let me see if I can show off this, only 415 of them made back in 1991. And this cabinet, the board set is it's got 4 boards in a cage. And we've seen a lot of problems with those boards. So who knows how many of these are still out there. Let me see if I can't get my flashlight and show off this little header. So right there you can see that little plaque that says number 204 of 415. So happy to have such a rare game here, along with all the other rare games that we have. Vinny asking, do you ever think you'll get the Super Table Flip? Super Table Flip looks like an amazing game. I just saw one for sale, but the concern about that, it's kind of like Metal Gear. There's certain games where I don't know how well they're going to be doing in a free play environment. They're going to take a lot of abuse. That game is meant to have a lot of abuse on it. And as much as I would want to have that game, it would just kill me to see it get damaged. We took another chance. Arm Champs. Love this game. Have seen so many people have an amazingly fun time on this game. Arm wrestling it. But it's one of those where I've seen it get beat up a little bit. And we actually got rid of our first machine that we had because it wasn't playing right anymore. This one has held up much better. But we'll see. The table flip game, we get requests for it pretty often. Dean asking, saying, what is up, man? Hope everything is going good. Asking about the capacity for the arcade right now. So the big thing with the arcade, we're using the social distancing rule. We're asking that everybody stay 2 cabinet lengths apart from each other. And there's probably 15 to 20 people here right now. But you can see, like, even if this is one row of games. This is one row. Let's go all the way back here. That's a lot of space. And one row out of an entire block. So while there's not like the set, like this is the capacity, we'll never hit whatever the capacity is, just because even in the busiest times, especially right now, of the Saturdays and stuff, there's so much room. We've actually widened the aisles by getting rid of the service rows in between the aisles. We've made it hard. It's harder to work on the machines, but there is plenty of space in the arcade now. It was funny. There were on Saturday at one point there were 40 people here. You'd look down a row. There's nobody. Like nobody in this row. Nobody in this row. Nobody in this row. So, but you look at all this open space, but there's still people here. So, plenty of social distancing. Not even a concern. Not even a concern. Gabe saying Radiant Silver Gun. We definitely have it. Great game. So happy that we got that on the Sega STV, the Titan hardware. Very, very cool game. Tim saying one day Johnny Nero comes to Galloping Ghost Arcade, Brady will explode with excitement. He might be pretty happy about that. He might be. Thomas Ross saying Major Havoc right there. So good. What a beautiful cabinet. You know, this is easily one of the most expensive games that we have in the arcade. Could not pass it up. This is like it's immaculate. It plays perfect. That monitor's so nice. And it's one of those where it's an expensive game. It was an expensive game to get, but everybody's so good to us. This community, this is the stuff we want to share with you. So we're going to this is what we put up for you. We give you Major Havocs. We give you Solvaloos. We track down games like Burning Force out in Japan and bring it. And super rare Sega Sonic. Super rare Time Traveler. This community is so unbelievably good. It's the least we can do is keep giving you all the games that everybody wants. Radiant Silver Gun right there. Love it, love it. Such a great game. Jamie, what is up, man? Dennis saying, I hope R360 is something you find on one of your raids coming up soon. I wish. That would be something I think people would know that they had. It's one of our 3 top Holy Grail games, R360, Time Gal, and Revenge of the Ninja. I've seen one R360 for sale out in, I believe it was in Italy. And you know, they just found one in Ireland, but it had been left outside for years and is just completely rusted. And it's so hard to see a Holy Grail that you want so bad. It's like that one, I don't think would be, it's not even a candidate for restoration from the people that were looking at it. They're like, everything is just destroyed on it. Unfortunate, unfortunate. RJ saying, remember playing Space Invaders a lot. Love Space Invaders. Love Space Invaders Deluxe as well. Greg saying, what is Danielle playing now? She has not picked a game yet. After she set her world record in Flicky, she hasn't been back out to really pick a game. She's talking about it, so hopefully soon. Broderick saying, can I see the Injustice machine? I wasn't able to find it last time. So we currently do not have an Injustice machine here at the arcade. We built one for NetherRealm. Last I heard, they still had theirs. We actually, you know what? Our Injustice machine is over at Geeks Mania out in Wisconsin. We had pulled all of the console cabinets off the arcade floor. We could build up another one. And as much as love Injustice and everything, but we really wanted to use the arcade space for traditional arcade games and not console cabinets. But you never know, you never know. We do have some MK surprises coming up in the not too different future. Jamie saying, you have STV games. We do. What is another STV game? Golden Axe the Duel, Radiant Silver Gun. What else? I'm missing one. Die Hard was not STV. Maybe those are the only two. I'll have to think about that for a second. Greg saying is Bonanza Brothers up and running. Still having a problem with that diskette in Bonanza Brothers, so it might take me a little bit to get that one fixed. I'm working on it though. I am working on it. Jay saying I'm loving the sounds of the arcade cabinets. It's night and day. It's not right if you're not hearing those sounds. Hold on, if we drop out, we're going from building to building here. So if we cut out, we'll be right back. We'll be right back. I never heard of it. Please show some gameplay if possible, St. John. On which game? Which game? Marco saying, do you guys ever plan on having Dragon Ball Fighter Z? So we were close to doing a, so we have Dragon Ball, just asking for, I'm forgetting what everybody was asking for. Oh, Dragon Blaze. Again, in a 2-in-1 cabinet, Dragon Blaze and Cyvern. Such an amazing shmup. One of my favorite shmups out there is Dragon Blaze. I just love that game. Such a good game. Brian saying, any chance the Sprint 8 could fit on the floor? You know, we keep finding room somehow. It's, I don't know if it'd be going in anytime soon, but once we're set up in Canton, we'll have a little bit of room, so who knows what we'll be adding then. That'll be, cannot wait for it. Cannot wait to have a little bit of space. Thomas Ross saying, would you buy the King Kong game? He's right up there with Godzilla, but Godzilla slash my number one. I agree. I like King Kong, and our good friend Ken, I gotta show you this. If you like King Kong, I gotta show you something. Because my friend Ken, who comes here, Kenneth Spuck, gave me a King Kong gift that I'll show you in 1 second. That Godzilla pinball, that is an expensive item right there. But speaking of Godzilla, so good. Tim saying Arm Champs is fun but painful. Yeah, we had one of our guys, he broke a blood vessel in his arm just playing it so much. Santos is watching. Thank you for being here, man. Gabe saying, how's F-Zero AX? It is playing great. Jamie saying, Ryu, that's a lot of machines. 775 games here. A bunch of outrageously rare, some one-of-ones. Holy Buchu. Rare stuff from Japan. Tinkle Pit. Somebody put that right next to the bathroom. Somebody thinks they have a sense of humor. Let's see. There it is. Check this out. That is a 1976 King Kong glass from Burger King. I think it was, there's a King Kong bank in the display case. I want to say somebody gave us that on opening day. I want to say my brother gave me that on opening day. Or maybe, I can't remember who gave that to us, but Ken just saw it in the counter and he's like, are you in a King Kong? And I was like, I'm a King Kong fan. I don't think he's gonna win in this new Godzilla movie, that's for sure though. But we'll see. John saying, please get Eugene Jarvis to visit. Eugene was just out here for our last Developers Day. We did a huge NBA Jam Developers Day, and we had Tim Kitzrow, who is the voice of NBA Jam. He was out here. Eugene Jarvis was here. George Petro was here. Just everybody that worked on NBA Jam was out here hanging out. Eugene was one of them. He stops by. We've got our Legends of the Industry wall up there. All those industry celebrities come hang out here, which is just awesome. Charles saying Major Havoc is a personal favorite of mine. Love it, man. Charles saying the place by my house has both Godzilla and Kong. That is awesome. James saying, do you have any Saibu games? So like Raiden, we've got Love. Let's see. We've got Raiden. We've got Raiden 2. We've got Raiden 3. Technically, though, that's a Taito game. So, Raiden 2, Raiden 3 on the Taito Type X3 hardware. Raiden Fighters 2. Just so good. Love the Raiden games. Broderick saying, was the Injustice Machine the one that distributed the cards? And I was totally understand, man. When I was there, I saw so many games I never seen or heard of. So the Injustice card game that was put out by Raw Thrills, we do not have that one. Saw that one. It's an interesting game. It just is so different from what I was expecting it to be. For me, I want. I'll show you what I want. I want classic Midway. I want 2 sticks and buttons, not just single button stuff. I want real fighting games. Hopefully Raw Thrills will put something out. Of course, we've got Dark Presence coming out soon, so let's see. Shout outs to Lumbo for joining us. He played Titan and Dark Presence. He says, put Double Dragon 3 by the bathroom. Double Dragon 3 belongs in the bathroom. Double Dragon 3 belongs in the toilet, but I digress. I won't get into Double Dragon 3 right now. John saying, oh man, I want to meet Eugene Jarvis, crazy guy. He is so awesome. He has so much energy. He's got so many stories. Just awesome every time Eugene stops out. Thomas Ross saying, shouldn't you reserve Double Dragon 3 to be next to the bathroom? I forgot it's better off back next to the dumpster. It is. It really is, man. Not here. Got Primal Rage. We were just talking about Primal Rage 2.3J, which this is the only board set of it known in existence. When Primal Rage 3 came out here in the U.S., people loved it. Unquestionably, people loved it. But there was a version in Japan that came out labeled it 2.3J, which they changed the controls so it played more like Street Fighter. And that was kind of the quintessential final version of Primal Rage. I don't believe it's on MAME. I don't believe it's anywhere else. I've seen the board once, and no, I haven't heard of anybody else ever seeing it. But it's here for everybody to play. Along with, we can switch it back and forth to have 2.3 and 2.3J as well. Right next to Primal Rage 2. Not gonna play that just anywhere. Let's see. Brady saying, Doc, can you do another live video with the TNT Amusements, Todd Tucky? Hopefully Todd and I hope they come. Hopefully Todd can make a trip out soon. Todd is amazing, and it's always so much fun whenever he's here. And we can't wait for them to be back. Hopefully sometime maybe in August. Let's see. Chris Tang saying 2.3 Jay has better hit sparks and fix the special moves finally. Lumbo saying it would be pretty funny if Double Dragon 3 was actually in the bathroom or he's next to the dumpster. Jamie saying, man, I love traveling with you here. You know, it's been so awesome. We just had, I just saw one of the guys that always, Goofy BK, who's always in the streams. So, so awesome to see him here. If you're watching us, hopefully let us know when you're coming out. It's awesome to be able to put a face to the name. Chris Tang saying, it took me so much lobbying to get a version like that made. It's too bad it took the earnings on popularity in Japan for it to finally get that version of Primal Rage pushed through. Well, I am so happy that it exists, man, and I'm happy that it's here for everybody to experience everything that you put into that game, because who doesn't love Primal Rage? It's absolutely an incredible. Everybody played it. Everybody played it. And happy that it's here for people to enjoy. Well, you know, I think I'm going to sign off here. We've got so many things. I got to get worrying about Monday Mystery because I don't want to fall too far behind on that. So I appreciate everybody for hanging out and chatting. Chris saying the lessons learned, if that kid banged on the machine like a maniac can never get a special move to come out, people wouldn't be able to figure it out if they tried. Dunk saying, I love seeing these live video tours. Details, cheers for doing them. Hoping to make a pilgrimage in a couple of weeks for my birthday. Awesome. Let us know when you're here, man. John saying, keep up the great work. Dan, thank you so much. Thank everybody. Thank you all so much for joining us. We'll be back tomorrow at around 5 p.m. for another walkthrough. So until then, hope everybody's having an amazing day. Thanks everybody. This is Doc Mack from the Galloping Ghost Arcade, and we hope to see you around the arcade soon. Stay safe, everybody.